down debt and increasing your savings are two common goals when it comes to improving your financial situation. The question generally arises, do I do one first or do I do them both at the same time? So in this video, I'm just going to give you a couple of questions, a couple of things to think about so that you can determine what the best course of action is for you. Hey, my name is Jill and welcome to Live in Balance, where I give you tips on home money management that not only reduces your stress around finances, but also encourages you to live a fun and balanced lifestyle. So oftentimes we wonder, do we pay off our debt first or should I increase my savings? And quite honestly, it's really a personal choice to you. It really depends on your security level, it depends on your values, it depends on your financial situation. So there's a lot of things that contribute to the answer to this question. But in this video, I'm just going to kind of give you a couple of things that you can think about so you can determine what will work best for you. So before we get started, I just want to clarify that the savings that I'm referring to in this video is above and beyond your emergency fund savings. Emergency funds should be completely separate. Ideally, you have one already funded before you start working on paying down your debt and increasing any additional savings. So if you don't have an emergency fund savings already established, I invite you to watch my video on how to determine the optimal amount for you. And that way you can start working on that. Otherwise, we're gonna get into this real quick so I can just give you a few things to think about so you can determine whether you wanna pay down your debt first, start working on savings first, or maybe do both at the same time. So if you're ready, let's go. So before you can determine whether you want to work on paying down your debt first or increasing your savings, you have to have a really good knowledge of what your current financial position is. So know what your debt is, know all of everything about your debt, how many people you owe, who you owe, what your balances are, and what your interest rate is. Interest rate is really important. If you are paying a high interest rate on your debt, then that's really the amount of money that it's costing you to hold on to that debt. Sounds kind of weird, right? You are paying to hold on to debt. So get all of that information and put that down and look at it and stare at it and decide if that gives you stress or not. So how much money it's costing you to hold your debt. The next thing you want to look at is your savings account. How much is in your savings account and how do you feel about that? Is that number a good number for you? Do you feel secure with that? Again, not your emergency fund, your savings account. Do you feel secure with that number? Do you wish that number were just a little bit higher? I mean, we always want more, probably, but really, realistically, is that a comfortable number for you, or is there another number that you would like to achieve? You also want to look at how much interest you are earning on your savings account. Now, if you have a standard savings account, chances are you're earning zilch, all right? If you are investing money, you might be earning 10% on average, 12% on average, I'm not sure. So take a look at all of that, put it down, look at it, see how you feel. Are you stressed because you don't have enough money in your account that makes you feel comfortable? Or do you feel pretty much okay? So something to weigh. Now when you look at the two, are you earning enough in your savings account to justify the amount you're spending to keep this debt? Okay, so if your debt interest rate is really high and you're not earning very much in your savings account and you're okay with the amount of money in your savings account, you might want to think about lowering this debt, because once this debt gets lower and lower and lower and gone, you're going to release so much cash flow. You're going to have all that cash flow available to dump into your savings account. And I bet it will start to expand and get bigger and bigger, faster and faster, because now you don't have this debt to worry about. All right, so that's something you can think about if that's a situation you're in. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that because you don't want to put all your resources into your debt, and you'd feel a little bit better if you're investing some and you're doing some, then balance it out. maybe take a percentage of your available extra money and put, say, 20% into your savings and 80% towards your debt. Then when your savings gets to a number where you're feeling comfortable, start putting 100% towards your debt, and when it's gone, move that cash back to your savings, and you'll see it will grow. It will grow pretty fast. So these are just some things to think about. Take a look at your numbers. Take a look at how you feel. Are you stressing more about this debt, or are you stressing more about this lack of savings? And then come up with a plan where you can feel better and you can be motivated, because ultimately what you want is to get rid of the debt and increase the savings. So those are just a few tips. Think about them, see how they resonate with you. If you're able to come up with a plan or you have some questions, throw that in the comments. If you like the video, please click like, subscribe, click the bell. You'll be notified when I upload a new video. If you have ideas for future content, please add that to the comments as well. Again, these are just things to think about so you can determine what the best course of action is for you. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.